Hi, Assalamualaikum to Madam Noliana and fellow friends. Today, our group will presenting on topic safety and health. Let's proceed to our team members. First is Shasha Akila binti Nur Muhammad, Anis Fahana binti Ahmad, and myself Muhammad Shukri Adil bin Side and Putri Ajmina binti Abu Hassan.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Occupational health has been described as allowing individuals to take on their job in the manner that causes the least harm to their health. According to the World Health Organization, health means a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being and not just the absence of illness or disease. As for safety, it means the condition of being protected from or unlikely to cause danger, risk or injury. While in the workplace, safety is when there is an absence of injury while working. This leads to the importance of health and safety risk assessment for every organization. Human resource managers have a responsibility to know about the environment in the workplace, the employees and the employees' job demands. It is important to care about employees' needs as they are the people that will conduct the service to be delivered to the people in order to reach an organization's goal. Human Resource Department is the department that will ensure safety and health needs of employees in the company is under control.
Risk assessment can be defined as careful examination about possible danger and hazard. It can lead to diverse complications and problems, thus it is crucial to provide a suitable and safe working environment in preserving the employees' well-being. The evaluation of their working process that involve very dangerous working tools and equipment such as machineries, hazardous chemicals and so forth is helpful in determining whether a particular action may bring preferable effects or not has to be conducted occasionally in order to ensure stable and safe working environment for the employees. One of the purposes of having risk assessment is to prevent accidents from occurring in the workplace. By conducting a risk assessment, the company will evaluate every aspect of the work process where safety issues have the potential to emerge. Thus, they have to come up with a plan to get rid of the risk or use alternatives to lessen the frequency of those problematic situations from happening again in the future. As they cannot risk losing their employees, the company must set up a system where they can manage the risk and potential hazard from repeating its cycle instead of having to deal with the consequences of the event, which in this case is by conducting periodical risk assessment. Hence, it can save the company a lot of resources if they decide to take safety precautions towards the problematic matter instead of spending money in cleaning up the mess after any tragic accident occurs. Furthermore, risk assessment also helps to shape a considerable part of the legal case if any employee is injured at the workplace. Anything that happens within the vicinity of the working environment falls under employees' responsibilities. Thus, they can be held responsible towards any events that threaten the security of the employees. Risk assessment can be proven to be helpful in supporting claims made by any parties that are directly associated with any workplace tragedy, especially if all details related with the circumstances are well documented. The written documents that describe details of the machinery's functionality and maintenance schedule, as well as periodical monitoring detail, are important in order to ensure that they can operate properly within the expected period of time, provided that it is not due to be out of order. Any negligence that causes employees' life may be bound to be investigated by the authority in order to certify any insurance claim or to rebut any false claim. Besides that, it might reveal crucial details that can be helpful for the company to preserve their credibility in the industry. A significant faulty in the working process may cause a bigger problem in ensuring an effective and efficient production process. Any fatal mistake made by the company in managing the situation may damage its reputation in the public's eyes. Hence, they must take immediate action before the problem becomes severe. For instance, if the result of a risk assessment indicates that there is a higher risk of working environment in certain parts of the working process and it can harm the employees' well-being in the workplace, it is appropriate for the management to take action as soon as possible in order to reduce the possibility for any defaming news to break to the outsider, which may tarnish the company's image.
Health and safety of employees should be a core concern for management. Employers are obliged to ensure the health and safety of workers in every aspect related to work. The first appropriate action in preserving employee safety and health is perform a new risk assessment for revised management plans. The employees can use the technical report like AFSP risk assessment technical reports. This will help safety practitioners and company decision makers understand, measure, and mitigate risks. The technical report provides a clear insight into over 50 different risk assessment and management techniques. The use of technology such as occupational health software has been used with several mechanisms. This technology will be help organizations reduce the danger and risk of employment posed by workers in the workplace. Next, implement safeguard for higher risk work setting has been taken in preserving employee safety and health. It is deciding whether a workplace is high risk or safe. Preventive and safety steps should be introduced to remove risk management at the source of the risks. To reduce the risk by the use of engineering safeguards or operational measures through the design of secure work process, including administrative control measures, and to ensure the residual threats cannot be managed through joint measures. Section 90 of Occupational Safety and Health Act 1984 set out an employer's responsibility if the presence of hazard at the workplace cannot be prevented. Failure to do so leaves employer vulnerable to legal actions for their parts in employee injuries. Furthermore, a clear documentation and reporting hierarchy for all incidents in the workplace is an appropriate action in maintaining the safety and health of employees. The employer, having worked with the business human resource departments to develop an incident reporting policies. It is necessary, therefore, to record and investigate any accident or near-miss events. The initial steps following an injury is attending to the affected employee. The following steps such as where and when did the accident occur, who was present, and what was the employee doing prior to at the times of the accident, what occurred during the accidents. This step is in the guideline of Occupational Safety and Health Administration, so it can help employers reformulate incident reporting policies in their workplace.
Reporting of incidents is an important aspect of health and safety management in the workplace. The objective of incidents recording is to improve the safety and also to reduce the incidents in the workplace. There are several strengths of having documentation of incidents. First, it is said to raise awareness among employees and employers. Reporting workplace incidents is essential as it raises the company's awareness about the things that are hazardous or dangerous to their workers, so that the corrective and preventive actions can be taken by the upper management of the company. For example, in the company should have the requirement of OSHA where it requires a log of work-related injuries or illnesses to be maintained in an organization. From the log, it will alert the supervisor at the workplace to communicate with the employees the need to work safely. From this, we can see that this may bring awareness to the employees about the incidents that have occurred in certain areas of working when incidents are recorded. Other than that, having incidents documentation will also enforce the safety culture. A safety culture is an organizational culture that places a high degree of emphasis on security principles, values, and attitudes, and it also shared by the majority of people within the organization. From that, after the investigation of incident is done, the documentation will take place where employees will be more cooperative in implementing the new safety prevention steps as they are aware of the incidents that might happen. However, the needs of upper managers to comply with the documented incidents or giving impacts to the employees as they see the examples shown by their subordinates. Strong commitment to leadership and management is directly linked to safety success as it communicates to workers by example what behavior will be praised, accepted or disciplined. This will promote the new safety culture among employees as the documentation has taken place. Furthermore, documentation will determine the team accountability. The documentation is known to be done in detail by managers or the human resource department regarding the incidents or events. This will reduce the chance of confusion when any questions arise in regards to incidents occurring. Human resource management can easily find or disclose how an incident was handled and what needs to be done to remedy the issues that arise. Therefore, recording incidents or the events is important as it can prevent details from slipping through the cracks and help managers to develop deeper insights regarding the incidents to avoid any misinformation. Lastly, documentation will preserve the rights belonging to employees, meaning that the rights of employees refer to any legal disputes between employees and employers. This can be done if the real details of incidents are being documented, as the black and white of the incidents is important in order for the workers to win the dispute. For example, the negligence of the company which causes the employees to get injured while working. In this context, if an employee would like to compensate the company for the incidents that happen in the workplace, the employee can disclose the document about the incidents in order to get compensation. Hence, if an injured worker needs a form of claim, it must be issued by the Human Resource Department. Therefore, it is important to have a real documentation as it may protect the rights of the employees.
Next, we will continue with the limitation of having documentation of all workplace incidents. Although there is a lot of strength in documentation of workplace incidents, however, there is also some limitation of it. First of all, lack of transparency and adequate record keeping. In some cases, the reporting of the incidents may be based on emotional, opinionated, or in biased statements. For example, people will include their emotion or personal opinions when reporting the incidents by ignoring the actual facts that occur. The documentation of the incidents could also be interpreted in biased statements or favoritism. For instance, when reporting the incidents that includes both sides of the story, it may be favored only one side, which therefore will cause misinterpretation. In addition, inadequate record keeping when it came to warehouse safety and risk. Usually, work health and safety record keeping is the least favorite job in the workplace. Many have yet to realize the importance of maintaining good documentation and often feel as if they have the least responsibility to safely keep the workplace safety and health records. Proper record keeping is a necessity as records are vital to risk management. Inadequate record keeping will make it hard for the companies to check the health and safety performance of the business and to make improvement where necessary. Next, the limitation of documenting the workplace incidents is lack of accuracy of the incidents data. Individuals may overlook the errors they made when documenting the data of the incidents. For example, most inaccuracy of the data is due to simple grammar and spelling errors with the names of the people involved, contact numbers, or the date and time of the incidents. As all data of the incidents must be specific and clear, giving a vague statements and providing details that are not specific of what they want to refer to may create confusion. Accuracy of the data is the key when it comes to reporting an incident. Therefore, the documentation of the incidents should never contain inaccuracies. Last but not least, documentation can be time-consuming as every details of the incidents and hazards that occurs in the organization need to be documented. The process of collecting data and information of the incidents could take a lot of time, as it needs to be investigated and completed in order for the documentation to be valid. Basically, there are 6 steps that need to be followed when documenting incidents in the workplace. Firstly, evaluate and document the scene. Secondly, investigate the safety incidents. Thirdly, interview the people who involved in the incidents. Fourthly, document the details of the incidents. Fifthly, protect privacy. And lastly, review the investigation. In conclusion, workplace safety should not be taken lightly, as all the parties in the organization must perform their respective responsibilities. Employees of the organization have the responsibility to assess risks and address all risks that might cause harm in the workplace. The employers also should carry out risk assessment and give information to the employees about the risks in the workplace and how they will be protected. As for the employees, their duties is to give full cooperation with anything the employer does which comply with the occupational health and safety requirements. And last but not least, as documenting the incidents at the workplace give a lot of benefit, preparing accurate and complete documentation as well as keep records of all injuries and illness in the workplace is necessary. The incidents and injuries reported in the documentation also must be clearly stated regardless of how small or big it was to prevent the same incidents to occur in the future. That's all from us. Thank you.